show up,
He
right?
said he's finishing up with.
We got a lot of stuff to go through today, which is good. And,
Well, we're no longer meeting
on the what? Well, we weren't,
She was planning to do it next Wednesday.
yeah, I screwed up. I screwed up.
Brian screwed up. It's on the record.
I'll say it. I screwed up.
Brian screwed up.
Yep.
Just get that in writing.
I got I second the
So
motion. Brian screwed up or screwed up? Okay. I consider that a compliment
Mhm.
coming from you guys.
Well,
Okay. So the tree up thing is next week on
Same
Wednesday?
time, same place.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I got messed up. And then, all right, so that's not gonna happen. Allison's not gonna be able to make it. Rebecca said she'd be a little late. So, do you wanna go to Dave's Public Works update?
Yeah.
Anything, other than you guys must be really tired of the snow and the plowing on weekends at night?
Everyone's been on the weekends at night or on a holiday.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
And,
Everybody's
Thank
burnt
you.
out from it all,
Thank
but
you. Thank you.
no
yeah,
problem.
thank you for your service.
Dave's like,
I was thinking of the people that weren't saying thank you, but that's okay.
Yeah.
No, well, of course. Yeah.
But I have really nothing to say other than this. I'm still on this canopy lift thing from CMP and I'm waiting to hear from them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm really curious about how that goes.
Yeah.
right.
Well, they're not going to be able to just do that. They're going to have to come in and I told them, I go, you think Rockland was bad back like 12 years ago when you were over there and they wanted to lynch you? I go, it's going to go worse for you over here.
Well, can I make a suggestion? If you make them come and give a presentation to you, I think it should be in front of the select board and the conservation commission.
I agree.
That sounds like something they're not gonna be too excited about.
Yeah.
I did send the letters out to the two other contractors for the AB stuff, telling them they didn't get the award.
Right. Oh, good. You mean, that didn't get the award. And then, have you had any, subsequent, dialogue with Shane at all about?
Not other than him wanting the money so we could buy the materials.
Got it. And then, good.
Not all the money, but a piece of it.
Right. We might want to have him come to one of our meetings.
Were you able to get him the money to buy the materials? 'Cause he can't
Yeah,
find out the
yeah,
price.
and I put a retainage in the money that he doesn't get back until after he does the 2-year evaluation.
You got to hold back. Good. Because I think it would be good to have him come to one of our meetings.
Sure, he'd be more than happy to.
Oh, yeah, he's great. When we kick this thing off, we go live with it, just to,
I really think the education piece is important,
right.
so people aren't in like an
Well,
uproar.
yeah, we're going to talk about that. Now, one other thing I wanted to ask you about is, I think it would be helpful, since you're the tree warden, to have some kind of, and you, Molly and Kathleen, some kind of a educational thing on what homeowners need to do to have trees trimmed in the right of way, identify trees in the right of way. I'm in a situation at my house. I've got a tree I want to have trimmed. And, that needs to go through you, right?
Mhm.
And then Beatty brought up the person across the street from her, right?
I still haven't followed up with that yet.
Yeah, but I guess homeowners could naively not think anything and
True.
assume the tree's on their property, and it's
Yeah.
like, and what is the responsibility of the arborist?
The town is supposed to maintain the trees in the right of way.
Right,
But usually that is either maintenance in their mind is either remove it
right,
or keep it, right?
yep.
But we do have some people that request pruning and
Is that your
shaping.
responsibility?
It is, if it's in the right of way, but there's different levels of that. There's aesthetically doing it,
Yes,
and then there's necessity.
hazard
Yeah,
does,
for the health of the tree. So what I do is, if I get a call or I see a tree that needs to be done, I let someone else, I called Dominic, he'll come over, we talk about it. He says what he can do.
Yep,
A lot of times it's cabling,
yes,
it's pruning, it's lifting, so that there's not so much weight on the tree. But there's no, you have to be careful, because if you just said that you were gonna go out and just start wanting to maintain and prune all the trees on the right of way, you'd never be able to do it all. There's just so much.
yeah.
And every tree theoretically could be pruned, right?
Mhm.
So you have to triage them.
Right.
So the best thing is if you think you have a problem, contact me. I'll come over and look at it.
Okay,
I'll let you know what we can do. If it's in the right of way, if it's shared boundary, we usually split the cost. I can put something together like that.
does,
We had a tree pruned. We were having some trees in our yard pruned
Mhm.
because different things were all kind of growing together.
Mhm.
And in this one tree in front of our house, I had no idea it was the right of way. And we
Yeah.
just said, we weren't planning to take it down. We want to take a couple of these branches out so these two trees were
Right.
that room. And the guy says, well, I can't do that. I can only do this. I could do this because this isn't the right of way. I was like, what? It's the first I'd ever heard of it.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people don't know it.
And
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
because
That-
I just thought it was so far into our property, but he said on this road, I believe it's the right way, and now I know it is. But and he just removed a branch or two to so these two trees could both live next to each other.
So I'm thinking like maybe we could have develop a material for the public that would be whenever somebody moves to town and they go to the town office and get all set there, it could be a handout, like treatment of trees in Camden,
Right.
things you might want
A
to know
welcome package with things you need to know.
right,
about, yeah.
Well, it'd be good to. I mean, what I found out with right of way trees is it's not an exact science. It depends on the width of the road, right? It's like a certain length from the middle of the road, but it depends on the width of your road.
They're all different.
So that's why I was thinking something like that. It's like
Sometimes the right of way can be 5 feet on your side, 2 feet on the other side.
really.
Oh,
did the arborists all know they're supposed to ask that
The ones
question?
that I've talked to, but it seems like every day there's a new arborist in town.
Okay,
So I think, and I don't know how other people feel about this, but I think arborists who work in the town should have to get some type of a license or something so that they get the information that tells them what they can and can't do.
so
well,
certification.
take a little test, take a little quiz.
Or just let us know that you're, because
Yeah.
like a permit, to be an
Yeah.
arborist in town.
Right, but to get a permit, you have to exhibit knowledge of
I
the
think that's a
ordinances.
great idea.
I think it's
You-
fantastic.
That'd be good for the tree core thing, right?
I didn't come up with that idea.
I mean, in
I don't
terms,
know if that's a tree core thing, gotta be honest.
well,
Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
think
yeah.
We're more like,
Well, can't we just make a recommendation to the planning board, select board, who we
Yeah.
want to?
And you could charge a fee for it, and that money could go towards preservation of trees.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, but we would have to have something with your help that helps to show an arborist.
Yeah.
How to tell a tree is in the right of way and things like that.
That's gonna be determined by me.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
So you only have the information?
I don't want to just say, here's how you figure it out, so they start doing it on their own.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I get it. But you need to be in the loop.
so the
Yeah.
rule would be something like, to be safe, if you're gonna work on a tree that's within 8 feet of a road or
Yeah, what's the biggest width?
property, like what is, you'd have to give them some sort of parameters for when to contact you.
I agree.
If it's on
Jeremy.
the side of the road, contact us.
Or
Basically.
along, for instance, like the
I'm
town
gonna just-
drain, like when you came out to our property.
Yeah, that's an odd one. There's not a lot of those
Okay.
situations. They're mostly along the edge of the road or right away. We don't have a lot of those right of ways that go through people's back.
But how do you find edge? How do you define edge of the road? Like, so,
Well, I
much
use,
is
I
the
use
edge?
I use the deed. I use the pen, and I'll use GIS. And if they all kind of line up, and then there's a description that the width of the road that we have, the legal description of the road. And it tells you how wide the road is from the center line.
okay.
So I'll like measure from the center line over, and then I'll look for the pin, and then if the GIS, if they're all in the same spot, that's what I go with.
But yeah, so if it's between the sidewalk and the house, that's kind of like, that's going to vary whether a tree there will be in the right of way.
Yeah, we're not going to solve that now.
Every
It's
right of
like-
way is gonna be in a different place. There's no real
Yeah.
standard to say, here's where it is. Jeremy, when he did Washington Street, when he was working on Washington Street, the right of way is like 25 feet on the left side. And it's almost no feet on the right side.
So basically, if a house is proximate to a road, you don't have a long, long driveway in, it could be one of those.
You don't know without checking.
Yeah,
You just gotta check,
So then, in other words, check that the arborist has to check with you on all the trees.
pretty much, if they're on the side of the road.
yes,
Just
right.
They're on the side of the road, not if they're deep into the
I
property.
got it.
But what's deep, you know?
Explain
You
it
just said it could
in a
be
brochure
5
that we
feet, it could
have
be
a-
25 feet.
We have a tree warden.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that Camden is a tree city. And if you're thinking of cutting or doing anything, you're supposed to call this guy, which we have in that brochure already,
That's
but
the easiest thing to do, because a lot of times I can just tell them like over the phone. like,
Yeah.
It's pretty far in.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, because I can
Right.
see it on the,
Yeah.
we're just that they can't randomly just like
Yeah.
start cutting trees down and that's what I think a lot of people do. They don't even know it's
they
in
just
the
don't
right
know.
way.
Right.
Gotta use
And-
common
and
sense.
They don't know, and then if you get new people cutting trees in town, they don't know.
Right, so
That's
there's
the
two
issue.
levels.
So, like, I like the idea of giving like a person that moves to town a welcome package with things that you need to
Right.
know. right?
Yeah,
And then like people that are gonna cut trees down in the town should have to get a license or something.
Eventually, maybe
We were
permission,
talking-
if it's a tree's over 50 years old.
Not an individual, but if you're going to be an arborist working.
Right, if
If you're
you're,
gonna
if you're a
practicing
practicing
arborist,
arboriculture here,
just so we can give you the information of what we
Uh-huh.
expect. And then maybe there'd be a small fee with that. I don't know. I don't think that's unreasonable.
so how do we make it happen?
that would be an amendment to probably the business licensing code for the town to require arborists to obtain a business license to operate.
Okay.
I mean, it
And that would require select board approval?
And then voter approval.
really, voter approval?
Mhm.
Yikes, okay, well,
Oh, that's not crazy though.
Yeah.
No, I think.
But it's
I
very
think
reasonable.
okay, well, that's good to know. We'll take that under advisement.
I would think that that's something to shoot, if you're going to shoot for something like that, it's not going to happen for June. It would have to happen in
Yeah,
November
long term.
or a year
Yeah.
from now.
But if you think about it, Jeremy, if we've got an ordinance on the books to do certain things with trees, and then people are actively working
Arborists.
and they're doing those things, they should know, right?
Mhm.
You know, how can you do that without requiring them to have a license?
Well, so that could be something we should get.
Yeah, I just think you have to have them demonstrate knowledge of the code,
Could be or through outreach of some sort to all the arborists. I mean, it's not hard to get a list of all the arborists that operate in Camden.
Well, it is, because there's a lot of new ones all the time. They just, like, there's a guy putting signs up right now all over the place for painting, and, you know, they just, these, all of a sudden they're an arborist. It doesn't take much to be an arborist. You know, you take the
Right.
test. to the
willingness to
state.
climb a tree and bring a chainsaw.
Well, I mean-
No,
You
you
gotta take a test.
You gotta take a test to the
Oh, you
state, but
do?
it's not
You
super
do.
complicated.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, we should get.
Okay,
it's the
so-
other
Keep moving.
towns, too.
So Jeremy's here to talk about some planning changes that had been dealing with earlier.
All right, thank you for giving me a second. And Barb asked me to come in. Tonight, there's there's like 5 public hearings or amendments that are going for a public hearing tonight. 2 of them, I don't think necessarily apply to what you folks work on, but we're creating, I'll just tell you what they are. I think it's good for people to know what we're working on. One would create a new definition for adaptive reuse. And this is a zoning issue. This would allow a building to be converted to residential at street level, which is prohibited in the downtown. If the building is like single story, was there prior to 1900, and it's an adaptive reuse of the building. The adaptive reuse is defined. One building that I think this would apply to would be the building up here at the mill where the smokestack is.
Yep.
That is an old industrial building. It's underused, hasn't been renovated, hasn't been changed, other than it has mechanical equipment in it for some cell equipment. that would allow that to be residential on the first level. And I think that's appropriate. That's not really a Conservation Commission related thing. But one that is an amendment to Article 5. This is the administration and enforcement section of our Chapter 290, which is our zoning code. A number of years ago, back in 2022, we created a photographic record requirement. So when you do a project in the shoreline zone, you need to provide us with photographs before and after. We're adding and other required submittals to that section, which will say additional information required. The planning and development director may require at the applicant's expense additional information from applicants for a permit for any development within the shoreland zone where such information is reasonably necessary and required to meaningfully evaluate and verify compliance with this chapter and those requirements of 38 MRSA. That's the shoreline zoning standard shoreline zoning section of state law. As amended from time to time, such required information shall be prepared, stamped, and submitted by a licensed design professional. The required information may include, but not be limited to, site plan details, slope and drainage data, ground coverage, setbacks, vegetation, shoreline stabilization, and other information affecting public health, safety, and welfare. Reason for this is shoreline zone projects are very complicated. There's a lot that goes into the reviews, and if a project is, think of on McGuntuck Lake, for instance, a lot of the camps, a lot of the lots are small and people are renovating them or demolishing them and wanting to rebuild. It's really hard to get real accurate data on what's actually out on the face of the earth out there without hiring a design professional that can stamp something that says these are the as-built conditions, these are the proposed conditions. Or proposed what we're trying to do. It's really hard for us to determine with some driveways because in the shoreline zone, ground coverage, you can only cover 20% of your lot with ground impervious structure. That's rock, that's patio, that's driveway, that's roof, that's deck, anything that's not vegetated. So we're going to require that on the front side when we need it. There are projects that may not need it, right? If I have 5 acres in the shoreline zone and I'm doing a project and my house is only, say, 1,200 square feet, and I have a driveway that's easy to determine what the width is, and we're nowhere near hitting any standards or any of the requirements, we may not need that. But we need that, this ability to get this information. And then on the backside of the project, for projects that require planning board, zoning board of appeals approval, or are required to submit that additional information that I just said, you're required to hire an engineer or a surveyor to provide us with a certificate of compliance that's stamped and an as-built site plan that details what the changes are if any, from the approved plans. And that would be required before they get a certificate of occupancy to occupy that new building or that renovated space. It's very hard, even though photographic records required. They take pictures. You can't make measurements off of pictures. You can't really see what's out there on the face of the earth. And some of these projects are, like we're talking to people and they're like, your driveway's too wide because you don't have the square footage in order to meet the standards. So they're like, well, we'll shrink our driveway down to 10 feet instead of 12 feet or 8 feet instead of 10 feet. And what's actually built out on the face of the earth in the long run, at the end of the contractor's been there for a year or year and a half, it's impossible for us to really, we don't go out and survey those sites afterwards. So we're putting it on the applicant to hire an engineer, design professional, or surveyor to give us stamp plans and an as-built plan on the backside of the project.
That makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and that's it really. Another one would be that's going to the board tonight is the planning board is going to be able to require at its sole discretion require an applicant to pay for a third-party consultant to ensure that the planning board is doing the work that they need to do appropriately. Say, we've done it in the past with stormwater and subdivisions. but say a stormwater and a site plan that needs to be reviewed, the planning board may want a third-party reviewer to review that stormwater plan, or if there's impacts to wildlife habitat or some sort of something that gets triggered in their review criteria, and their consultant says, well, we meet the standard. This gives the planning board the ability to say, we appreciate your information, but we're going to actually ask for a third-party entity, a consultant, to provide us documentation that verifies what you're saying or conflicts with what you're saying, and then that would be
But they
required
have to pay for it then?
and they would have to pay for it.
Wow, don't you feel like that's going to be controversial?
No, I don't.
Because wouldn't they have to at least come up with some reason for wondering if that consultant was right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read you the entire language.
No,
I
that's
can
okay.
read you the language, but
Okay, as
it's,
long as that's been taken into consideration.
yeah, it has.
They don't like what the person looks like or something. Yeah.
People do a lot of, to help keep the people honest at the following the rules.
So what it goes on to say, the planning board in its sole discretion may require at the applicant's expense the review of any studies, plans, reports, or other materials submitted in connection with an application under this chapter by a qualified independent consultant or professional selected by the town. Such review shall be for the purposes of assisting the planning board in determining compliance with the requirements of this chapter and other applicable ordinances, regulations, and standards of the town. The consultant's findings shall be entered into the record, and may be considered by the planning board in its fact-finding deliberations to the extent the board deems appropriate. The anticipated cost of such independent review may be required to be paid as part of the application fee if an estimate of such expense is reasonably determinable at the time of the application is filed, or otherwise such costs may be required at such time as the independent review is deemed necessary by the board. That's what it says.
Makes sense.
I think these are needed. I think these are types of standards that should probably be in the state mandatory minimum shoreline zoning act, to be honest with you, and apply everywhere in the state. But I think I think this will do a good job at ensuring projects comply with the requirements and resources are protected. That's the intent of shoreline zoning.
2 questions. Does this also include the sewage, wastewater plans? Is that included in all these?
It says anything that they determine necessary in order for them to determine compliance with applicable ordinance and standards of the town. So they have approval criteria that the planning board goes down through, and there's stormwaters in there, sewers in there. There's a whole host of things in there. Dave, I will tell you that like on projects that go to the planning board, public works, wastewater, fire department, the police department, Midco Solid Waste, they get a request for comments from my office. We send them a request for, here's the plan, this is the project. Can you provide us with any comments that you may have? So if Dave and Justin at Public Works or at Wastewater find something is like maybe not right, they identify it and the board will dive into it deeper at that time.
And this is a little bit off topic what you're just talking about, but one thing I've always thought about with this, like on the shoreline zone, is, people aren't supposed to cut trees down or remove trees or major branches and stuff like that along the coastline. And I was wondering, in this day and age now that we have, like between AI and video cameras and stuff like that, is it possible that some entity in the town government could either videotape or use a drone or something to like take pictures in the spring and then take pictures at the end of the summer and then compare them to make sure that people are like, oh wow, look at Kathy, she took down 4 trees. She must have done it at night because no one noticed it. Like you could just use photographic evidence to
Yeah.
see.
Well, that's like after the fact, though.
I know,
But then
it would be
fine.
enforcement
And I
stuff,
think that
yeah.
people- If someone does it and gets fined, then maybe other people would be less likely
Yeah.
to do it.
I mean,
Oh.
in places I worked prior, I did this. We did shoreline zone surveys from the water and took photographs and video
Did this where?
of shore. In my prior employment, this is one of the things I did in one of my jobs did that video surveillance of lakes.
Did it work?
I wasn't the one that followed up on it. I had left, but they had the information. I know lots of towns I think watershed associations do that more than towns do that, and they just provide that to municipalities from time to time.
We could contract with them, like McGonagall or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure contract with, I think ask them to do is
Yeah.
probably more
Yeah.
like it. I think that's appropriate, and any information and data is good information and data and can be used. I mean, we respond to, I don't know, 6 to 12 complaints maybe a year of people cutting vegetation in the shoreline zone, and then we respond to it.
I mean, because there's that whole like system they're supposed to use with, you know, can't be covered, right? And you find out that they did cut a tree down, or what's the repercussion? Excuse me.
Well, we have made people replant trees. And I know if you take a tree, you know, with a DBH of whatever, you know, 18 inches, that's a pretty good tree, pretty good sized tree. There's a standard in the code that says if you removed a tree illegally, it was above X number DBH, then the code officer can require you to plant 3 multiple trees in its place. So we do that regularly. I don't want to say this is like a regular occurrence. When it happens, we have worked with people to do it. I will say, you mentioned about the arborists. Most arborists now, different than when I first got here 8 years ago, we get calls from arborists all the time from saying, hey, can you meet us out on this property because the owner wants us to remove this tree? I'm not sure we can remove this tree. Can you come and take a look at it? And we review it. And sometimes we say, well, you know, you're taking out so many and you can only take out 40% of, you know, the volume in a 10-year period. I don't know what 40% is. I don't know what you're cutting. I don't know what's here. And then they end up having to do an assessment and give us all the data that they have. That happens regularly. So
I think just the publicity and like some of the things that happen in town help with that. I think
Oh, yeah.
people are like, oh my God, I'm not
For
gonna
sure.
go over there.
I think that's true. Right.
Everybody knows.
I mean, yeah, on Atlantic Avenue, that was the first one, big one, I think, that we had on Atlantic Avenue where, what's the name of that little brook?
Daly.
Daly Brook comes in. Town has a little big pie-shaped piece of land right there next to the house that was renovated a number of years ago. And they ended up going onto town property. One wouldn't know it was town property. It's just kind of sitting there.
Then there was a public landing one,
And then there's a public landing one
and then there was the one with the big one over.
From Limes. Lake Beach.
on Metcalf Road. Yeah. And so, you know, I think people are more aware that the town is enforcing the code and taking this stuff seriously. I think that's true. And I think that's helping a lot.
Well, and the fact is there is a code.
Yeah.
The code it's easy to follow. There's rules and regulations. This is surveillance more than the code, right? I mean, this isn't a substitute for the code. The code's the code. And people-
Code's the code.
The
Yeah.
code's the code, and you know.
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
like
and
you
it
got-
is hard. It is hard sometimes. You know, what was here before? What was it? What did it look like before? That is true from time to time. But
Right.
anyone that goes out, like I've been doing this enough, I can tell you that, you know, that tree was cut last year.
Yeah.
You know, like it's obvious to see it, and people don't generally stump those trees.
Right.
They cut them. So, yeah, I'm not so worried about it, but information is helpful. So if a group wants to, you know, surveil the shoreline along the coast or do it along the river or the ponds or the lake, I think that's an appropriate thing, and it can be used if we need it. I'm not sure it's needed, but we could use it from time to time, maybe.
Okay.
That's what's going to the planning board tonight. Those public hearings on those things.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, and if
It's very
if
helpful.
you want to let me know if you guys support those ones that are environmental related, you can just tell me that, and I can share that with the board if you'd like.
I propose we support these ideas.
What?
I propose we
was
support all
gonna-
these ideas.
At the public
Second.
hearing, I could let the board know that the Conservation Commission
Yeah,
had
fine.
reviewed these and commented that they're in support, if you'd like.
Or we could even pass a motion. We could
Yeah.
even make a motion,
you can
pass
Make a
a
motion.
and we-
That you
Yeah,
support.
so I second that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Anyone have a problem with it?
Nope.
Everyone
Because
okay?
that way it's in the
Unanimously
minutes.
approve it.
Perfect. I will let them know tonight.
Thank you, Jim.
That's all I have. The other things that we were talking about are going to take more time. And I think they're warranted and we still need to move those forward. This is like increasing some shoreline zoning standards and applying them to different streams. We need to do that. It's just, I didn't want to do it in a vacuum so quickly. I think it would have maybe created a lot of challenges for us and people would have not been happy. I want it to be out in the open and apparent in what we're doing, why we're doing it. So that's why those aren't moving forward right now.
Okay. All right.
And fees are going up for work in the shoreline zone, projects that go to the zoning board of appeals for changes in the shoreline zone. Those fees are going up to cover our costs better. And so are projects a regular project in the shoreline zone that doesn't require planning board or zoning board approval. Those are going up as well to cover our costs. And those were approved last night by the select board.
Cool.
What are those fees? Are they flat or are they a percentage of the
They're a flat fee.
What is it? roughly?
300, I believe, for a shoreline zoning project that is just like staff review. That's for like a major one. But if someone wants to reach out and says, hey, I'm going to cut this wood on this property, we need to make a determination. Those are like $75 or $100 now instead of 75, but the other ones are 300. The ZBA, I think, bumped up to 1,000, I think, for projects in the shoreline zone. Don't quote me on that, but it's important for those types of fees to pay for the cost of doing the work. And when we do notices, they have to pay notice costs too, but it's myself and Shenley. And then you got a board that's up here, and sometimes it's more than one meeting, and sometimes these can be multiple hour reviews. Certainly we're putting in 5-hour review on a project, and people need to pay for that. So, okay.
Okay,
Good.
thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
no problem.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to segue to the Emerald Ash Borer. Okay. Press release. It's been around, got feedback. Everybody okay with it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you for doing that.
you're welcome.
Could I ask a question first?
I don't know. Of course you can.
What's the latest interaction you've had with Midcoast Villager? Because
Well, in all transparency, it is the most frustrating situation.
okay, I just want to know have you talked to them?
No.
Have you talked to them
I've
at all
had
since?
multiple email transactions with them.
Okay, so I just want to give you an update though, because
Yeah,
a
great.
week ago, no, just last Friday,
Mhm.
I went to that open house thing again.
Yeah.
And Alex told me that they were planning to do a front page spread on Emerald Ash Borer. It was going to be either in this week's or the next week's, depending on,
It's fine
so
with me.
depending on
As long
whether,
as you're talking to somebody about it.
depending on whether the basketball teams won. Does anybody know?
Camden lost.
Okay, so it could be this week already.
But then they don't have.
A
they have
small
information.
town thing.
They've been doing all kinds of different,
Did he have information he needs to write a?
I don't know. I didn't, since I did not ask him to show me his notes. I trusted that they've been doing due diligence.
Well, I haven't,
and that you might have been-
we tentatively set up three times to get together. Three times.
How did you feel each time, Brian? Happy? Sad?
Well, I was
Moving on.
the first time, it was cool, but then I didn't hear back. The second time was less cool and I didn't hear
Yeah.
back. And the third time wasn't cool and I didn't hear back.
Okay.
So it's just like, I'll meet you at the Villager on Friday. And I didn't hear anything back. So, look,
Wait,
whatever, as
you
long as
said
it
that?
I don't really care, as long as it,
Maybe you should hand
Did
this
you
off to
go?
her.
No, but
I'm happy to hand it
No,
off.
seriously, it sounds like.
honestly, I don't,
She's
I'm not a detail man on this particular subject.
So should we send him the press release?
Well, that's all I'm saying. Heads up, it might be,
I don't know, it hasn't been,
No, they
Yeah.
don't seem like they like to talk.
but you can
about
like,
it. Seriously.
well, you
but they
can,
asked me to talk to me.
I know, it's just funny.
Well, I don't care. I'm happy to have him not
Brian
talk
thinks
to me.
it's really funny too. You're laughing.
I think it's funny at my expense.
Okay.
No, but anyway, so I
I'm
don't,
hearing we like the press release and they want to write an article
Yeah.
and you've been in touch with them.
yeah,
I think you should
Can you
get
send
the
it to
press
him?
release
Seems
to
like you've
them.
got a good connection.
yeah.
I
There's
would,
no
I would
date.
walk around the corner and hand it to them.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think that
that's
sounds
Yeah.
superb.
That's great.
Yeah, because you already have
Have
the
it.
relationship established.
It's not really a relationship. I talked to two different people on 3 different occasions because I was there and I just
Sounds
wanted to
typical.
get them excited about it. But
Sounds about right.
so I deferred to our esteemed leader, humble leader here, that, to be the official voice of it, because
Well, I'm
But-
delighted. I just
but,
need to like,
Maybe you can
So,
talk together.
I don't want to pretend
Well,
like I'm in charge of this
I don't-
program, but I
so
can
anyway,
deliver
so-
it on
Told
behalf of
you.
you.
Okay, here's
do you
what I'm
remember the
gonna
name
do.
of the person?
Alex.
if you guys are all right,
Alex
right
told
with
you.
the press release, I'll send it to Alex.
I think Cynthia, did you just say you don't want to make it sound like you're in charge of the program, right? Is that what you just
I
said?
can, so what I can do is say, here's a press
Yeah.
release that the
I
Conservation
think that's
Commission.
the-
Yes. Yeah,
Send it to
yeah.
them, and then you bring it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just helping.
They'll
Yeah.
have it.
Okay.
Yeah, just helping to move
'Cause there's
things
enough
But it
forward.
better be
content in there,
today.
You're not captaining the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll support you in
So I'll
that.
send it to him.
The thing with football and basketball team was.
I
That
know.
was a close one, you guys.
So we got a plan there? Now, okay, so I'll send Alex the press release.
Okay, good.
When I'll do that today, this afternoon. And then you're gonna bring it to him?
No, that was it's either or, you don't
Yeah,
have.
No,
I'll
I think
just
you
send
want
it to him.
Both.
Yeah.
Both, because then we'll have a
Okay.
copy.
And you can copy Cynthia on that email
Seems like
and
they
be like,
need
Cynthia,
repetitive
Yes.
enforcement.
connect the
Yes.
two.
Okay, sounds good.
And then we'll leave you alone about it. It'll be great.
That would be great. No, I
Yeah.
don't mind. I mean, it's just like, when I get this thing about when people say they're gonna do something and they don't do it, it kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
That's just like professional courtesy,
I
right?
agree with you.
I mean, that to me is like, come on,
Your feelings are unjustified.
Right,
We support
thank you. But anyway, so, okay, as far as, as far as distributing the press release, what do you think we should, so we get that to fall back on if anybody wants to know more about what we're doing, right? So we can just, each one of us could send it to whoever we wanted to, right?
Mhm.
If they ask for, oh, could you tell me a little bit more about what you're gonna do? I'll send you some information, right?
Yeah.
Is there a formal process we should go through with a press release? What do you guys think?
It's a good question. I
Well, I don't know how this dovetails, but I mean, I've been working on a fact sheet that's more specific to
Cool.
our area.
Yeah.
It's just a text right now for the most part. It needs to be made pretty, like with
Yeah.
text blocks and stuff like that, but I made a cut, Cynthia's seen it, but
Cool.
you guys can look at one
Good.
and you guys can look over those guys.
But
Can we-
Barb, this is
can this-
still in the
Yeah,
draft form, right?
I know, this is just a draft. This is just draft of the text.
You heard me.
It's just step one.
Elder abuse.
I was gonna say this is actually something I run into every time where I'm like, how do you do this? And I sort of like just do research on on like what they recommend, please.
I was gonna say, like Holly's the communications person,
Yes.
Mm.
and I think maybe we put the press release together and give it to Holly.
Okay.
I think that's the way.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good
And let
idea.
her put it all together. She'll love doing that.
Okay.
She'll butter it all up and
Okay.
send it to the right people. She's friends with Linda Clancy at the Pet Day Pilot.
Oh,
Oh.
great. Okay.
Pet Day Pilot, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of those people. She knows all the people send it to. She
All
knows
right.
where to put it all. She can
Okay.
put it on the website. She can put it on the
Perfect.
Facebook page. She can do all that, and she will be more than glad to do it.
Sounds like,
Okay.
So we just need to get it in a rough format for her with pictures and stuff that we want.
the press, I think it's,
Whatever you guys want.
Oh, yeah, the press release is not the same as this.
are you talking about the press release?
I'm talking about the press release, but I didn't know if you had photos you want to add.
Well,
Normally you wouldn't necessarily do that, but
Scratch the photo.
I mean, in my experience with press releases, what you do is it's like a one pager.
You typically send, sorry to cut you off, but you
But you
typically
did it
sent, I
anyway.
did it anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
going to keep going.
That's good.
Um,
Cool.
You,
Good.
include, a lot of times they will give you specifications for what images they will accept, and you can send it along, and if it matches, then great, and if it doesn't, then they're like,
If you want to add
Don't
a
use it.
photo in there with it,
yeah.
like a picture of the bug.
I don't even know what photo.
You like that?
Yeah, exactly. That, because people don't even know what it looks like.
Molly.
But
Your face is not match.
No, we had different feelings about this. No.
But then I think in accompanying to that, so if people start paying attention to it, so my idea was, this is just very rough draft of basically what would go into the fact sheet. I'm trying to get it so it's just like this, 2 pages
Yeah.
with the
Wow.
pictures a little smaller and columns and stuff like that, but I haven't get to that part yet. I just wanted to get the facts more or less
This
straight.
looks good.
And,
Thank you.
and so I still have a lot of squeezing down to do, but if anyone had anything they wanted to change, that's why I just looked at.
Do you want to send that to us and we'll give you feedback on it, or?
Sure, I guess I do it.
I mean, this is
here.
great, Bob. Thank
Do you
you.
want me to keep working on it?
Well,
'Cause I
Um,
can smush it down.
sure, well,
What?
Did you get one? Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have, there are.
I know, I can send you one digitally too, but this is just basically looking at, this is like the very rough draft.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay.
Yeah.
But I want it to be, you know,
Good.
like bullets and text boxes and stuff like that, but I had to start.
I think we need a designer
I
to
mean,
have this as a brochure.
this is-
Yeah.
Holly can do all of this.
She can.
Holly can?
She's really good
Okay.
at this. She does.
So why don't
This is what she does.
you want to,
She worked for the paper cut. She's a publisher. She did all that stuff.
And
So
she's willing
she's-
to do that, like to spend the
If
time.
I ask her this.
Okay.
This also would be a great project for like a high school tree corps member. Because
But
they're
we want to do
very,
it soon. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I wonder, so
Well, it's really,
we had Gabby at the preliminary meeting the other day and Rebecca's daughter. She was incredible.
she's great.
And having heard what we're talking about, she said she can go back to students and recruit people for particular things. Said she'd make us up a social media page, no problem. I think it's
Oh, that's
possible that we might, if we come up with the content we want, we might be able to ask her, do you think there's someone who can turn this pretty
Yeah.
in a week?
I think we should,
Okay.
not to contradict you, Molly,
Yeah.
but since this is so immediate, I
Yeah.
think we should ask Holly to do it.
Yeah, I kind of,
Can I just-
And then, because I think we want to consolidate that tree corps.
I just want to give a little context before, I'm sorry again to cut you off, and I'm going to keep going. So I have worked with Holly, who is wonderful and amazing, but my experience has been that she is very busy, and I have not had, my experience has been that it just takes a while to do updates, and
yeah.
it's like complicated. And I'm not clear on the best method or strategy that works for her. So if timing is the only thing that is dictating which,
Yeah.
sure, I have,
How about this?
no, just what is the best strategy? How can I best give you changes that like works best for her workload?
Yeah.
Maybe you have a different perspective here though, because you work closely with
I
her.
mean, she does things for me occasionally.
Okay.
She'll put them together. like overnight, you know.
That's great. That would be wonderful.
But
Why don't we give it a shot?
Okay.
I'll ask her. I mean,
she's got some program, like an actual, like.
If it doesn't turn out like within
If she
by the
can-
next meeting,
we can
then
Yeah.
we can say.
No, it
we're
has
gonna do something.
it has to be
we just
sooner than
get a
that.
timeline. Can you do this within a week? And
Okay.
if she
Yeah.
can't do it, then maybe
Yeah.
explore other
Okay,
things.
so
That'd be great.
what's the plan B?
Thank you.
So you can talk with the, I can talk with her after this.
Okay.
So
No,
you,
Hold on, let me go get her.
Want me to go ask her now?
So I can do this.
Take one of those and ask her.
Yeah.
So what am I trying, this thing right here?
Just say, can you make this into a
So-
and then the
brochure?
press,
Brochure.
Were
And then
you
we got
okay
the
with
press
everything that I
release.
changed in there? Because I changed them.
I know.
And the, and the
Okay.
press release,
It was a bit
Dave.
redundancy.
yeah.
Yeah. there
Thank
was a bit.
you.
The only question on is, we only have,
Okay. This is great.
I'm wondering if I'm missing an arm.
So,
That's
Oh, yep.
And I
So-
feel like these, those long, like, contact the
Right,
I thought it was like this long blurb. I'm wondering if we should just take that out because people.
for the
aren't-
printed version, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, are we gonna have, we're gonna have it on the website too, right?
Right, but it's on the website. We can add it in.
Yeah,
I
Do-
think this is kind of a bigger issue that is related to the tree core stuff.
Yeah, I
about
agree.
How we don't quite have a mechanism for doing these campaigns yet.
Yep.
So this is like a stopgap thing, which is great, but I think it's something we can
Right.
discuss about, like, and that's why we're working on trying to get somebody from the community service program.
I
at
think
high
the
school,
kid having,
But it's almost like we should have this set up so that if it's EAB or poetry out loud. or
Yeah.
Heritage trees, we have this already set up.
Yep.
and not reinventing it
Yeah.
and scrounging around really is kind of what we're doing.
yes, it
Yeah.
is.
And I have a question, like, could we just have some money spent on this a little
I
bit?
think
and
we,
not have
Audra
everything-
said we could
so-
get some money to do stuff.
Like have a graphic designer and, just like get it printed and not have to,
Yeah.
kind of throw it together all the
But
time.
they usually, like the banners we had, I had to do them through Holly. Like they said, just give it to Holly and she'll have them done. So it
But
it
the
comes
town
out of the
will
town
pay
budget.
for it.
The town will pay for it. So,
Did that
That-
work?
Yeah, eventually, right? We got the
yeah, well,
banners.
but the first one, see, she kept, I wanted it just to say, what did the first one say? Emerald ash borer, something like that. Awareness or something like that. And she kept saying, well, I think you should have, she wanted to put on like the town motto and the town emblem and all this other stuff. I said, it's just supposed to be, I don't want that. I said,
Right,
and I only
yeah.
wanted one side, she had two sides, but it's like, I just wanted like a big thing. So if we have a table set up, people can say, oh, I want to hear about that. I've heard about that. And,
Huh.
and then they come over and they see that it's the Conservation Commission and it's, I just wanted a big sign because I
Hey,
had seen a
Rebecca.
little, I can't remember where I saw it, but looking on the internet, some other towns awareness, like this copied their idea where they had people at it looked like a farmer's market or flea market or something like that. And they just had a big table that just said Emerald ash borer awareness.
Do we
And then
have,
they had a table underneath, people standing there talking to people about it and had literature to give them.
are we like obliged to have town, like the town logo? Like, are we,
I was like,
okay, so this was like a design choice.
But she was-
Yeah,
see, I was copying something I had seen
right,
other towns do. I think it was the Midwest. And
yeah,
I said, that's what we need. So like we could use a banner for float
yeah,
and the parade
Hey,
or
Holly.
at the
Yeah.
farmer's market or at some library thing. And
okay,
So I just wanted that. So then someone
Hello.
comes and talks to us
yeah,
and then we could, oh,
yeah.
Okay, we got Holly.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
So the board has two asks, and the first one, if you guys have something different, chime in, but the first one is, they need the press release, and that has to be done like in a 1 week turnaround.
We have written it already. Okay, and it's been approved or whatever by everybody.
Yep.
And we need a vehicle to get it out there, right? And we were wondering what you thought you might be able to help provide us in terms of, you can also look at it and
Yep.
see if you want to modify it as well, but
Yeah, I would be absolutely more than happy to help with that.
Okay.
There are lots of, because the community gets their information from a variety of sources, we'll just send it out to in a variety of ways, whether it's on social media, on the website, using the town's account on Penn Bay Pilot, so we can post things there.
that's awesome.
So yeah, we can do that for sure. And I'm more than happy to help with that.
So if I can send you the electronic version of it.
Yep,
And you
yep.
can, and if you got any issues with anything, you can.
If I have any suggestions, I can send them back to you
Yeah,
and then you can
yeah, yeah.
go from there. Yep, absolutely.
Should we do that for all should we do that for all like events or anything that we want to publicize? Should we send it to you and
I'm-
allow you to?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to help because I oftentimes, I try to give things a review, whether it's department heads
Yeah.
that bring me things. They just want to send an email to someone and they just want someone to look at it.
Yeah.
I just kind of look at it from a community standpoint in terms of, I want to put it in plain language.
Yeah,
If there's something that I know, that I think someone's probably going to want to know more about, I'll just add something in there, So I just try to
Taylor.
tailor it, yeah, to the community. So, yeah. I-
Great.
We don't want to drive you crazy. with
Yeah, like
stuff,
this thing
by
that
the
we
way,
gave you,
so-
that we were hoping to have is something that we would be like a handout.
So this is something different, right?
Yeah. this
Yeah.
is-
What-
So, yeah.
So we're dealing with one thing first, right?
Yeah, so the press release, so send that to me. I'll go through, I'll give it a look, make any suggestions if I come up with any. And then once it's all signed off on, we'll get it posted and out there in a variety of ways.
And now you're, I don't know if you're aware of the fact, but we have this Emerald Ash Borer program that was approved by the select board.
Yep.
We've awarded a bid.
Yep.
We're ready to go in the spring.
Yep.
So we're trying to create some public awareness around it. So there's no huge surprises. And one of those other things, there's a press release. And Barb put together we want like a handout, or this could go anywhere.
Sure.
I mean, that's another piece, could go on the town website, could go whatever.
I think that's smart because
Yeah.
she's a communication person. So
Yeah.
she's going to be able to disseminate it to whoever, like the best media to get it out there. Not to say that you can't have a handout too, but she can help with the.
Well,
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the pieces of it is producing
Or
it,
electronic.
packaging it so it looks
Yep.
good.
Yeah, so if you guys, it would be great, since I'll have a point person for the press release.
Yep.
If who put this one together?
I did,
So-
but everyone hasn't actually.
Okay.
approved it yet, but we want it to be like a one page and be a little bit, have text boxes and stuff, so it looks.
Graphics and photos are always
She's
really
awesome at
helpful
that.
for that.
That's
So,
okay. I mean, this is just basically the information we're ideally trying to get in there.
okay, so this information or something similar to this,
Right.
and then on a single page flyer, a foldable,
Yeah.
or you want it to be just a handout like this?
You can go either way.
Either way, a 3-panel.
Yeah, there's a lot of information here. It's all. pretty-
Yeah, whatever, one of those
You know,
things.
like a 3-page folder thing, right? That's just one sheet of paper.
Yeah,
Something like that would be great.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And you
I don't care
also-
What's the timeline on that? Just so Polly knows, what's the timeline on the handout thing?
Well, I just sent it to all you guys in case any of you wanted to make any suggestions or changes. And one question I had is I only have 3, I have Shane, Bartlett Tree Service and Tree Works, that kid Andrew. Was there anyone else who,
Hawks Tree Service.
okay, I didn't, so I need to get there.
Yeah.
So that's not the final one we would be using, but it's gonna be something like that. And I could give that to you, send that to you by digitally. But there's like, for instance, there's a couple of things where people can click on, which we don't really want to have on the handout, but we would have, if we
Right.
have we put it on our website or
There's,
something like
yeah,
that.
there's a way to accomplish that so that people can access more information digitally as well as putting it as links.
Yeah.
But what's the timeline for this piece?
Hopefully
Okay.
within a week or so.
Okay, so send me the press release and then send me this data.
4 hours.
No problem, I can take care of that,
Okay.
I get the weekend coming up, right?
Yeah.
She's worked on things in the middle of the night for
She
me.
does.
Yeah.
She does.
She's great.
You know.
Just let me know when you'd like to have
you
it by
gotta
and
be
I will,
Reasonable about it. You know what, you,
We just
Yeah.
think that once the press release comes out, people are gonna want, we assume people might want more information. And we
Right.
can just at least start by saying there's some more information at the town office, or we could,
Realistically though, do we really have to have that piece done in a week?
no.
yeah,
it could be done.
I mean, the beautiful thing is that you guys have already produced the content. I just need to put it on paper for you and make it look good. So that takes a lot of the burden off of me of time-wise to be able to then go and,
Do you want us to review this first before we
That's
give
what I
it to
just
her?
sent it to you.
Oh, you know what I
So,
just
but-
thought of that should be added to this?
What?
An actual size. Because
Okay,
I've been looking at a lot of pictures of Emerald dashboards when I was doing that float and all that, and I had no idea that they were so little.
They're not that
Mm.
big?
No, but I mean, I'm not thinking people will think they're that big,
No,
but you might think
I-
they're like a,
I would-
that's actually really relevant and it's very simple to do. You just put a little,
yeah, because there
one
are
next to this
lookalikes.
one and
There are-
okay, so what?
a dime next to it.
What, I'm just gonna throw this out there. What if you email that to us? And don't get Holly involved until we review it. Give us a week to go through this and get back to you, Barb?
Yeah.
And then get it to Holly
Okay.
so that we can review it for the content, right? I mean, I'm sure it's great, but I mean, if you could give us a week to do that, so that by this time next week.
So that's good, because then Holly will have a week to do the press release.
Yeah,
And then we'll have a week to review this.
Yep.
And then she'll have another week after that or so to finish it up.
Yeah.
yeah, good.
It won't,
Read all of our edits.
it likely won't take that long, but it is budget season and there's a lot of things that we've got going on, so I'll be able to fit it
Yeah,
in.
we
So,
really
yeah.
appreciate your help.
Yeah,
Thank you.
happy to help.
All right,
I'll look for an email. I'll give you that
thanks,
back.
Holly.
All right.
Thanks, Holly.
Brian, can you send me that press release again? Because
Yep,
I wanted to, yeah, and I don't have it. I can't find it. I don't know what day you
I
sent it.
can
but
do that. I have the
doesn't show up on
technology to do that.
Cursed press release.
And then to go back to Molly, what you said about getting help from the students, I think that's a great idea too, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hawks Tree.
generally or for making
Generally, generally, getting the school involved and building generally.
Could they make one for the students, like within the school system?
I'm sure they could.
I'm thinking like, a lot of times with education, they tell you, a lot of times with education, they tell you to give it to the kids in the school, because then they talk about it to their
Oh,
parents,
for sure. Yeah.
right? I'm just thinking from that
But from,
standpoint.
from a high school standpoint,
They're going to be
what
able to
we've
use.
put together,
Yes.
you just hand it off to them.
They'll be
They've
okay.
got the
Yes.
competence and the content awareness. They can. go
God, they're
there.
smarter than all of us, just in case you forgot.
No,
No, I know that.
It's true.
I know that.
It's true. I just
Yep.
hung out with Gabby, and
Is she cool? Does she want to be friends?
she's so cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's very responsible.
She is.
Don't look at me like that.
You're nerding out.
Can I go to the
Yeah.
next thing here?
Yes.
Which is, the other thing we were talked about was a public awareness meeting or something, scheduling a time to, like, at the picker room or someplace.
That,
and
that would be where you do the villager thing, wouldn't it?
What?
Having like a,
Oh, the public meeting.
Yeah.
The talk and the roundtable scenario.
I
that,
don't know if I want to do that at the village. I mean, we gotta have HVAC, AV stuff, audiovisual. We had to have a projector, a screen, and all the, where you're like giving a presentation.
I have the EAB
decided
fact
in
sheet, I
the
don't
heated
have it, yeah.
email exchange
Yeah.
to do maybe both.
Yeah,
To pursue both.
You know, pursue both.
yeah, that
All
sounds
they have to
good.
do is show up one day at the Villager on their open forum
Yeah.
day, morning, ask for, put a little, bring a sign, or just a little, even if you make it doesn't have to be
Right.
complicated, like, want to know more about the Emerald Ash Borer program, sit here, or be like, hey, are you here for them? Yeah, like,
so I got it. So that would be
and
more,
It's just sort of like whoever can drop in, whoever's,
Oh, as opposed to like an event.
like, and not, well, you could put it out, you could put it on the
Yeah.
Facebooks and all would you like to talk?
I was just thinking of something that's,
Okay.
it's green, the Emerald Ash Borer is green, and St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cute and kitschy, but it works.
And listen, it gets better. They're closing down Mechanic Street
Mhm.
on St. Patrick's Day, that Tuesday,
They are.
and they're gonna have
Eight bells?
they're having a giant party at Aches Bells, and they've already sold 300 tickets.
really?
Oh
They
my
have a
God.
band from.
So
popular band from
I'm
Ireland.
where I'm going
yeah.
with this is it might be a good time to like put something up there or something, because I
I was
mean,
gonna leave town that weekend, now I'm staying. Not because of,
I'm just thinking there's gonna be a lot of people in one place.
Really?
That's a
That's
great
cool to
public
know.
outreach.
Yeah.
That
And
brochure
they're
would
closing
be
the road
great
down.
to have for this meeting, right?
Mechanic Street.
The one
Just
that Holly's
have-
gonna work on
I think, isn't.
at the
St.
Villager.
Oh, I thought you meant St. Patrick's.
And then I was thinking of like where we gave the presentation we gave to the select board and we were there to answer questions and have a formally announced meeting, like, I could even
Extension.
picture the sign, the sign they have out in front of the library where they put events on
The
it.
sandwich sign?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
The pepper room is
It wa-
great as well. That gets, again, it's the
Right.
audience,
Now it just showed
It's
up.
multiple things. It's like all,
somebody can
Right.
come during
Takes a
the
while.
day, somebody can come in the early
Yeah.
evening,
Mhm.
like, it's important to get,
Yeah, multiple.
well, yeah.
People want to really hear about this while they're drinking beer. Just wondering.
I was
Well,
thinking
I don't
Bell
know,
would
it
have,
could be a
you'd have a
passive
bell
thing,
and he'd
though,
be
like,
like,
it could- yeah, I don't
roll
know.
ash board.
Emerald ash
So
board,
what
getting
I
drunk
will
on
say
your
about
ash
the-
trees.
Yeah, I mean, what I will say is that the land trust community and other conservation groups have really embraced the broadening the audience scenario, and Footbridge Brewery down in Booth Bay, as well as others, this one I happen to have a direct connection with, has paired with Bigelow Laboratory, and they do science, I don't know, whatever it is. I'd like to say Saturday, because it's alliterative, but it's not a Saturday.
Yeah,
And they have an informal, they show up, they have a scientist, a research tech, a whomever present,
yeah.
and
So this
I'm
is a
not
crazy
lying,
idea.
I'm not lying, you can BS, or you can get real serious, but you can engage with the seeming sort of outlier groups, and they talk about conservation, they talk
I
about
know what I was
community, they talk
thinking
about the work that's happening, and it's actually very popular.
That's cool.
And it gets people who,
You
I
would
mean, let's
normally
face it, we
see-
have some people that it's not their thing to go to like
No.
a lecture, but if
Yeah.
you're there at the bar
Yeah, yeah.
and you're talking about whatever, people will talk about it, like, they'll be like, tell me more, I had to, it's some,
So how,
But anyways, so it's happening around, in
Yeah.
different places, so. So I don't know if we need to do like this big formal presentation, or if you wanna find if there's a way to like sit and drink beer and have a table with some information, and the people that are passing,
Sure.
be like, hey, and,
Yeah,
have a little chit chat, or,
yeah, right.
do you live in the area, are you aware of this?
Gonna be a lot of people.
You can do both.
Yeah, do both,
it's
sure.
kind of, but like,
So,
With the Pickering room,
Yeah.
you can rent the room.
Yeah, right.
$5. So if you want to do one of those, you have to reserve it, because I don't think they have anything that available.
yeah.
So
Well, how do you guys feel about doing that?
what's that?
what's the timing on the picker?
I don't know. I don't have,
It's not that, I mean, we have a really good relationship with the library. to do
but
the
so,
poetry festival.
so what I hear you, just to go back though, I hear you saying we could show up at the Villager on a Friday and be prepared
Well,
to,
you could just pop in and let them know, or say, hey, is it okay if we have a little table with
Yeah.
it? But generally, they had multiple things going when I was there.
Right,
and
okay.
I was happy to take my information from the press,
and then we could have another thing at the Pickering room,
Right.
which would be
Like
a Q and A,
Right.
more,
Especially if we've got the
formal.
trucks going around and they're boring holes in the trees, and it's gonna create a conversation.
sure is.
People are gonna have a lot of questions.
yeah, and we want to,
If you've got that word of mouth, like, oh, no, I heard about this, like, oh, it's fine, oh,
we'd want to do this before that.
And there's that climate council, that climate thing.
Well, that's a good group.
That group, there'll be another one to and I could go to that one.
Oh, yeah?
'Cause they have
And then bring the handouts. And
Yeah, they have like a public, like, does anybody have anything to say? And then,
Yep.
then you get to talk about, you can take.
Where's that at?
It has like a community.
Well, no, they changed, it's usually at a bar, it's usually
They
at
have, okay, they're doing.
a bar, what was the thing that,
The
like,
kids-
remember it was down.
I get a
over on
bar theme here going.
Atlantic
Did you pick
Ave,
up on the bar
I
thing?
picked up on it.
Climate council, Danny, the whole, Danny Solomon and, Jess,
Wait, which one? When?
the climate, the resiliency climate.
Climate resiliency
Yeah,
group.
that group, like, they meet.
Camden
they meet,
can.
like-
Camden
No, it's
can.
not
No.
Camden can.
Oh, that's
Oh.
what I was thinking of, that's
No,
why.
it's another one, and it's a large group of people from this area.
Yeah.
I'll give you the contact information.
It's a mid-coast
That's
thing?
the one that
Yeah.
was about.
And they bounce, it doesn't always go,
But they've been in Rockland.
They go to
they've done-
Rockland.
they've done like that, yeah.
I'll.
Oh.
Yep, yep, yep.
Are you talking, no, never mind. You're not talking about the like green drinks thing.
No,
No.
it's not about drinking, it's
So-
about eating.
No, no, but I
Okay.
mean, it's various
Okay.
community.
Huh?
Forget it,
No.
forget it then.
I'd like to know who that is because that's confusing.
Camden's Climate Action.
Climate Action Resiliency Group, and it's Jess Scott. Jess Scott's the one that heads it up. She works for the governor.
Yeah, well, okay. Okay.
So,
I'll get that information. We're
So-
just picking it- places of where we could.
so we need to, so ideally, we'd want to get all this stuff done before we start going around injecting trees, obviously.
Which is May or June? What
Be
is the
like
timing
probably
for-
before when the trees bud out.
May,
Okay, so.
So that would be late April or May,
May, June.
yeah. So over the next, so we're into March, in April?
Yep.
Yeah. And then the Pickering room. So how do we get,
I have to drop off a library book today, so like right after this, I'll
Yeah.
just walk over and ask them what's free and I'll let you know.
and if we have to pay $25 or something,
I can.
yeah, we can handle that.
We
Yeah.
can do that.
Sam will take care of that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Brian will take care of that.
No, it's no problem. We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just email everybody what the possible.
And then if we get a placeholder there, we can get some stuff together. It'd be great if we were all there, or as many as could make it. Yeah. Introduce ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Shane, Dave. What's that?
To be determined, depending, yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
Don't want to assume too much with the calendar.
Thank you.
And,
But I
and
could do that today, I mean.
the Camden can isn't a bad idea either. That's a pretty,
That's the one I was thinking of
Yeah.
initially, and then I was realizing.
but that's a good
That's a
one too.
publication, right?
No, Camden can is a group.
They do a potluck once a month.
Yeah. Molly Mulhern's the one that's kind of.
Yeah, okay.
She's away for 5 months, but I think there's somebody else who's.
Beatty knows them real, Beatty's on there,
Yes.
Camden can.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So we got the Villager, we could show up on a Friday. The climate action thing, Dave's gonna take a look at.
It's the Climate Resiliency Happy Hour. That's what they call
Okay.
it. Yes, that's,
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
That's what I'm,
The
no, that is,
Pickering
that's what I'm
room,
talking about.
Rebecca's
It's
gonna
two different
check
groups.
that out, and then,
Oh, I see. You're
and
saying
then,
it's
okay,
not that.
Thank you.
yeah, you got
That's
Camden
great.
can.
so we
No,
got
no,
the
no, but
press release,
climate
the
resiliency
brochure,
happy hour is the one that I
motion,
was asking whether that's what
the,
you meant.
Yes, that's the
outreach
one.
program going
You just
here,
said it's not about drinking,
Good.
it's about meeting.
making
Yeah.
progress.
Same as
Things are
Camden
happening.
can.
So
No, I know that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that.
we're doing good with the time.
Oh,
Um, Do it, so last Saturday, Molly and Kathleen had a meeting over at the Villager. It was great. You guys did a nice job putting it together to try to get some cross-pollination going with, pardon the pun, with some potential tree core volunteers, right? And so you guys want to talk a little bit about that, or?
So the idea of the tree corps is to have an auxiliary volunteer base, so that when we have projects like we're talking about, we don't have to like scramble among ourselves.
Mhm.
And we can call upon people for specific things. So we sent out an email to 15 people. About 6 came, which was great.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Gabby came, she was fantastic and very inspiring. And it was interesting because Molly did a really good questionnaire, which we
Yeah.
asked people what your area of interest was. And we asked 3 different things. Is it Emerald Ash Borer? Is it Poetry Out Loud? Is it education programs? And also I did ask about heritage trees,
Excuse me.
a campaign for that. So they're basically presented as campaigns. And these would be, people would volunteer for specific topics. And we got a really good response, a good cross-section of people. We had Elfie, yeah, she came and gave us some suggestions for students for the poetry presentation. She also suggested that we go to the Sea Fair and
Yeah.
have a booth, which is in May.
Yeah.
And
I
if
think the
if we have-
CCC should have a booth.
Yes.
And it'll be like CCC and some tree core information.
Yep,
But do you all know the Seafair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
I
always
do.
in the middle of the
I can't
day.
it's,
Yeah.
You know when it is?
We
It's
definitely
May
need to be there.
25th, if they have
In
the
the
date from last year.
Okay, because we have the May 30th.
But yes.
Our big.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Right, anyway,
and that's at this, it's at the
it's
middle
at the middle
school.
school, so.
Yeah,
um,
I've been involved in that before. And the Conservation Commission has participated before. It's just,
It's a really busy time for some of us.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
It is very-
what's that?
I said it's a tough one.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, so,
Good idea, Molly, to put the Conservation Commission and Tree Corps could be together, right? Yeah, yeah.
Still having the seat there and all?
Yes, it's the last
I
year
think it's the last one.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, why?
because the Stewardship Education Alliance is disbanded. I was on the
Oh.
board there, so that's how come I know about it.
okay.
But,
Oh,
That's true.
yeah, so anyway,
And the Seafair is just a modification of the
Camden
conservation.
Conservation.
The conservation fair that my colleague, my predecessor put together, and I did at a much larger scale for many years. But
right,
Yeah, the Camden Conservation was just, so the Camden Conservation Group they disbanded, right?
yes,
And then they turned into this.
Stewardship Educational
Stewardship Educational Alliance.
Right.
All of the people that were doing what we're doing went and did the seat thing.
oh.
And then they brought back this Camden Conservation Commission.
right.
So that's kind of what happened.
anyway, with the tree core stuff, we're really trying to mobilize this group and organize them. And one of the things that I was interested in talking to you guys about, sorry, I'm getting over a cold, is that I work with a graphic designer for my website and my nonprofit, and he's willing to develop a logo for Tree Corps.
That's cool.
So we could have it, like when we go to these presentations, we will have materials with that logo.
Yeah,
Maybe distribute any kind of materials with that on there. So we would have the Camden Conservation Commission, but also
yes,
this group of volunteers so that people, while we were sitting at the Village Cafe, this woman was walking out and she said, trees? Are you guys into trees? So
I
it's,
love trees.
and so she's gonna sign up. So I think the potential of
that's
getting
great.
the word out is if we're visible. And to do that, it's good to have a logo, to have a website, which Gabi was nice enough to say that she's going to work with one of her fellow students to get a website and a social media campaign.
That
for
would be
Tree
so
Corps.
cool.
That's
So
awesome.
it's going to be something that's like a partner to this Camden Conservation.
Yeah,
But I see it that the Conservation Committee is more policy and a direct connection to the village. And this is sort of organizing people to help us do these things. So we're not all just doing it among ourselves.
right.
And there's, some people have different expertise that are volunteering.
Colin, you're a marketing
Like-
expert.
It also, we have hopefully a couple of arborists in the core and we'll have like a range of people that will kind of help us get the word out and also just help us do the work. Like the heritage tree thing, which is a personal
Right, yeah,
interest of mine. I need somebody to go out with me and identify trees. I did research from that map and there actually isn't a database of any of those heritage trees.
that is true, they didn't work off of computers.
And there's a statewide program
yeah.
that has heritage trees for the whole state. There's one tree from Camden on there.
Really? Wow.
So it's interesting how
Wow.
that's just an inventory thing that we
But,
could
but
really
this,
use.
you can, I remember looking into that once, and there's a way that you can submit
Through the
heritage,
state. That-
yeah, to the state.
Okay, but I think we should have a program like that
Yeah,
in Camden.
a heritage
Also,
tree program.
The state hasn't had this database is from 2000. And 2005. It hasn't been updated,
Is
so.
that where they have the criteria, like if it's over a certain size,
Right.
it meets the criteria of a
Right.
heritage tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of materials on it, but it's dormant. And so it's interesting because people were talking, we asked people at this meeting, name your favorite tree in
Right.
Camden. And it was like a really good icebreaker. And that's a core idea. Everybody did mention the ash tree on C Street.
I like the Copper Beach on Washington.
Mhm.
Christian, my son-in-law,
Definitely.
mentioned that one.
That was-
So, so it was
beautiful, yeah.
like, we already have that, like, people get that, and I think, that's another big
So
project.
to be on the heritage, if we did a heritage tree thing, though, they don't have to be like the biggest trees or anything. They're like
we can-
special
no, Those are
relevance.
champion trees.
They're
Yeah.
bigger
But
than.
This is where I think the
It's true.
commission could
It's a real
help
thing.
They're right.
define what that would be. Because
Yeah.
that's where, because
Yeah.
there's different criteria. Some's 50, it has to be 50 years old. Some is the size.
It could have some historical significance
But
somehow.
there's some good, really good models. There's a really
Yeah.
good model in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's
For a
great.
program like this, where they actually wound up having legislation where you can't touch heritage trees. You can't cut
I
them
think-
down.
Can't even touch
I
them?
think Wellesley, Mass has something like that because
Yeah.
my
You can't
brother.
hug them?
Yeah, you can hug them, but anyway, so I asked one of the volunteers if they would like to
touch
help
'em, you just can't
research
touch 'em with a
models
chainsaw.
that we could look at too.
Yeah,
So-
there, I think tree core is kind of like, it's like a little army.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
We
like
can
getting the
send
vote
out.
out or something.
it's
do-
great. So
To do like execute a lot of the stuff we, yeah, to do our bidding. To do our very happy tree hugging.
yeah,
And also people have very, very, focused interests, like, some people really are just into that EAB and then my son-in-law is really interested in the heritage trees, so.
Yeah,
That
he's-
is an interesting part.
it's
So
really
we can-
cool
We can
idea.
dovetail it with
Yeah.
people's interests.
Yeah.
And we can
Totally.
draw on like hopefully a growing amount of people.
It's all good.
That's
Okay.
wonderful.
You're creating a culture too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
well, I think
Yeah,
it
that's
will
a
help
good
with all
point.
the things we're talking about too, that, Camden's a tree city. A lot of people don't even know that.
They say how you create a culture of like awareness and people participating is you just got to get out there and reach as many people as you can and it's got to be in their face all the time.
Right.
Then they start like it
Mhm.
becomes part of the culture,
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now, it's part of some people's culture. But not everybody's.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you create the right culture, then it's contagious. And the people that aren't in the culture want to be in the culture because they don't want to be like the odd person out. It just kind of grows.
Yeah.
Kind of embedded,
Yep.
meshed into the community,
Right.
meshed in a healthy way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a cult, a culture.
Culture,
Just
right.
creating a culture,
Right.
That's what you do is how they do any kind of successful program.
So I'm going over, Alfie contacted me yesterday about going over to the middle school on Friday afternoon to talk to her environmental group.
Cool.
So I'm
That's
gonna,
awesome.
it was because of that meeting. So I'm gonna go over there and she had mentioned that she thinks the kids might want to make some posters and stuff.
Great.
So I'll keep, it'd be neat to have some posters and some windows or something, right?
Well, funny you say that. I don't know if you were involved. Were you here when we were trying to plant the trees downtown and there was all this uproar about not wanting to plant the trees in the downtown?
No,
And then, no, seriously.
Really?
And like,
That's the
what
wrong
was
culture.
that?
and then Dee Dee went to Zoots and they got the kids to like do
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of, remember that? All
Right,
the
yeah.
paintings and
They did. They
And it was
colored
like, and
trees.
if you were like against that, you were like.
Exactly.
That's a,
Yeah.
like
So you were
antichrist,
like, so all of a sudden, like I was able to plant.
antichrist.
It's true. It's tree propaganda.
It is, yes.
Leverage the children. That's what I'm hearing.
hearing.
Well, that's a good input.
Well,
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
It was in
right there in
Rennie's,
front of
too.
Friendship Hall as well.
That
Yeah.
that was,
They wanted to
gr-
plant trees in front of Friendship Hall.
that ginkgo tree there?
Both of
Oh, I must have been,
them.
I
Any
mean,
of them. We had only planted
Why
one
didn't they
tree.
want you
Right
to
on- when this
plant
all started,
trees?
I planted one right on the corner.
Yeah.
Of,
oh, for God's
Chestnut
sakes.
Street. And then everybody's like, oh, they were making like a big deal about it. We don't want these trees. They're blocking our signs and all this stuff. And then Beatty Summers.
Well, this was the downtown shop people.
Right. And then the kids painted.
You want to disappoint the kids, do you?
And they had them all over the windows.
Yeah, and they were in Rennie's too.
Yeah, and all in different
Windows.
places.
Right.
Rennie's?
very
Wow.
smart.
Okay, well, that's good. So, well, I'll let you know that would be awesome. Yeah, I like that. That's very positive.
Oh, I made a big.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's awesome.
It's funny.
Work.
No, I'm supposed to be taking notes.
She's got a very serious job today.
People,
Someone brought up, or it was discussed, the idea of a speaker series, which I know we've kind of talked about before, but I thought one of the, and also we've talked about before, the Castine Elms.
Mm.
And someone also brought that up again of like, we could have the person who did that program come and do a talk at the library.
That's a good idea.
Which is a cool idea.
You know, and another thing that just, since we should probably keep in our back pocket, is that the other thing that, especially if we do some presentations to people about Emerald Ash Borer, and I want the focus to be on that, but we should probably have at least maybe some information about beach leaf disease.
Yes.
because
Oh, God, yes.
It's all-
People-
anyway, like once you start.
Christopher was asking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just maybe should,
However, the,
maybe we
the
just, I can see if I
You
can
can
find.
contact the soil water.
problem with the
Company.
beach,
They have a box of all of the tree disease, the current tree disease things, and you can just borrow the box and hand out when people ask for it.
Oh, really? Okay.
is there a treatment for the beach leaf disease, though?
What's that?
Is there any
A treatment,
treatment
yes,
for
there
beach
is.
leaf disease? There is?
If there's a drench you can do,
Yeah, there's a soil drench you can do with aluminum sulfide, not sulfate, so, and it's specific. And it's essentially a super booster, it's sort of like probiotics or something,
Yeah.
you know, it's a helps.
That's-
Is it, did the people with the Copper Beach on Washington Street do that?
Sort of idea.
That acidifies the soil, right?
It's like, that actually acidifies or sweetens whatever, but it allows, it suppresses the nematode and it enhances the general tree health. It's
Oh,
sort of
awesome.
like a
Wow.
missing mineral element, you know,
Huh.
for the trees.
Oh,
so
wow.
that
How successful is it? Do you know?
It's quite successful.
That's amazing.
Wow.
It doesn't say that it's a panacea, it's not gonna like solve every, you know, there's an already just like deteriorating, aging, diseased tree, but it's been very effective.
Wasn't there a beetle thing, what the release, beetle release and all of that?
That's for hemlock wood indulgence.
Right, but I mean, there was that too, that weren't we supposed to get like some kind of update about how that'll work?
They'll be monitoring on an annual basis. They did it, what,
Been a while.
4 or 5 years ago now?
Yeah,
And,
it was
so,
up at
yeah,
the
they'll be- but they-
Camden Hill State Park.
It's a slow process, 'cause,
Right,
you know.
but we should start hearing some of the results of that.
Reach out to Colleen about that.
I was just curious.
Okay, that's great. This is great. The last thing I have on the agenda, and then we can talk about whatever we want.
Okay.
We need to generate a department report.
I think we,
Oh, the Arbor Day
Skipped.
update.
do you,
Oh, yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I don't
Sorry.
know. It's okay. I don't know if we have a ton.
No,
just like
no,
a
that's
few.
good.
There was,
Arbor Day update?
yeah.
You guys, you need any assistance or you got Dave?
We have a date.
Yep.
Which I think everyone saw, which is May 30th. There's some back and forth about the time. I think we all preferred morning, but they don't have morning available for the Pickering room, which means that if there was weather, we would have no backup
Yep.
location,
Mhm.
which would stink. So we're talking about 1:00. Is that okay? Does
Yeah.
anyone?
and what's
Great.
the Arbor Day?
It's
It's a poetry.
You know, the Arbor Day planting.
So we'd plan on doing it at the amphitheater
Yep.
and the backup would be the pick. That's a good idea to have
Yeah.
a backup because if you're right, depending on good weather, that would be,
It's
Yeah.
kind of like last year.
Yeah. Last year was right on the
Almost-
fence.
Almost rained.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really,
Well, I think
Chilly.
Julia wanted to do it inside. Like, no, let's try to do it
Yeah.
outside.
yeah.
But-
I think I wanted to do
You know-
it. That was me.
Can we make
Yeah,
Arbor
it's just
Day
cold.
and the poetry thing the same thing?
They
It
are
is.
the same
Oh, it is.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought of too about informational stuff is we do the annual report.
Mhm.
And in my annual report, I could put a part of the.
Yeah, plug it.
Conservation Commission in there.
Yeah.
So that's another source, so I'll do that when we get
Oh.
this info. I get it.
Yeah.
So and then we
Like the
need,
thing Holly's working on, she'll have it all done. She helps me with that. And I'll
So-
just plug it in my public.
so
as the
do
tree
we,
warden.
But when's the annual report?
We're putting it together.
Yeah, it's like
No, but-
right now.
When it gets released soon?
well, we need to provide a report by the beginning of April.
Wait, hold on.
I think we're skipping, yeah, we're not,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
I know,
I was like, oh, wait, okay, we're talking about different things. I'm not done.
Damn it.
Turn off your damn mic, Dave.
No,
I'm
he's
just
turned,
kidding.
he's turned it on now. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
You weren't
No, I'm
kidding.
saying, I
You
wasn't
were dead
done. I
serious.
don't have
I
that
could
much.
tell.
I don't have that much though. When you go on Friday
Mhm.
to speak to the lovely middle schoolers,
Mhm.
do you mind asking if any of them want to read?
Oh.
And
very
ri-
well.
so that's right,
Good idea.
right, and leverage the children. Do they want to write and or read a poem?
Oh, yeah.
You can
ask them.
choose one or the
Very
other.
good.
There's no pressure.
Well, both. They could write one and read it.
They can, yeah, they can do one or the other. But some people might not feel comfortable reading, and some people might not feel
Oh,
comfortable
okay.
writing. So we
Okay,
want to.
yeah, I'll
target.
absolutely do that.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Pony day.
I have them sometimes.
Have the time to speak about it.
Thanks, Dave. That's really.
Glad Dave didn't like totally take control of the situation.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks. Bu-
So and then we'll plant a tree on Arbor Day like we did before. and
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
Can
blah.
you, do
Do
you have an
you-
idea where you can put one?
I talked with the library about this. And they were,
Oh, boy.
I said, well, I can just put it in the sidewalk, because that's mine. And they're like, oh, so Russell's gonna get back to me. There's
Okay.
a new facilities person, so
Huh.
I'm gonna find,
Okay.
we're gonna, I mean, planting a tree and anything to do with the library is tricky business.
Yeah.
Is there a
What
bit?
if they pick the tree? Are they happier about that?
I said, you can pick the tree in the place as long as it's not a bush. That's exactly what I said. 'Cause
Okay.
Everybody wants them, and they don't wanna they wanna help you. but
Oh.
they don't wanna commit all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll give you, we'll do like, a little bush or something.
Hydrangea.
Does it have to be on?
Park.
Yeah. Does it?
Well, it's nice to have it near where we're gonna be. And I was hoping
Yeah.
that
It should
Yeah.
be there near where
we
we're
should
gonna
do
be.
something on the grounds of the library or on Harbor Park.
That's
or-
what I mean, the carpet park.
Yeah.
Harbor Park, or,
It's making it
the crosswalk is going right into the library? where
Yes.
the
Yes.
sidewalk is?
Yeah.
Yes.
That bump up, I was thinking maybe I could cut a hole like I did
Yeah.
on this other one, and put one on each side, like
Yeah.
column arch, cherry tree. or
Yeah.
on both sides, so you walk through the arch.
When you say both sides, do you mean planting two trees?
It's not hard.
Is it okay? Is there anything? Because the other thing is that Julia, all right, asked if we wanted to reserve a date for 2027. This happened like an hour ago because she's getting reservations for.
2027.
Yeah, she's getting like wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want to get.
And also, we talked to Julia about having an exhibit too. So that's another thing we have to do. like-
For the following year.
Yes.
That's actually there's no. It's 2028. We're gonna all be older then. Yeah, I mean, so we could say that. Maybe we want to ask her that, but I'm more thinking like just 1 year at a time if we can manage. But 2027 may. Okay.
You're dangerous.
I went to 8 bells before this.
I can tell.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's where
That's great.
that all is. I think
But we could
that's
just, why don't
basically
you just
it.
tell her that May 29th of 2027, do it in the morning.
Okay.
This is a Friday.
I haven't.
No,
Oh, is
We want to do it on a Saturday.
the Saturday
She said it was the
next year
equivalent.
would be May 29th. This year, it's May 30th.
Yeah, she said that would be the equivalent for 2027.
And also, I just want to bring up the idea of turning the Arbor Day event into an Arbor Day arts event, so that we feature not just poetry, but
Yeah.
music, visual arts that's connected to the Arbor Day celebration. And if I may, I asked Cynthia, who has some fabulous daughter who's a singer, if she would be interested in singing at this event, a song about trees, or just have some musical components. I know people.
This year.
This year.
That's a good idea. Alison Lamoge.
Oh, right, she's another person. But if
She
we
did another
do
one.
that, I mean, I think we can integrate music into it and get out of the same old format.
Yeah, good idea.
Love it.
But I think we should pay the musicians. And I just wanted to ask you, like, again, it's always mentioned, oh, we have the money, but then, like, do we have?
You'd have to ask Audra.
What's that?
We have to ask Audra.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
ask God.
Okay, like, I'll find out how much that is.
Yeah.
Because if we
Great.
get people who are professional artists, we should definitely pay them, I think, right? And the one-
Absolutely. Unless they come to us willing to volunteer their time, we should assume that they,
Yeah.
It's like an
And
honorarium.
then I also thought that maybe for
Yeah.
next year, we could get a school chorus to have school kids.
The high school course is amazing. I know
Right.
they are
Like,
professional.
Like I spent yesterday looking at songs about trees, which was a lot of fun. And
Oh.
John Gorka has a great, I don't know if you know him, but he's got a song about trees growing. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have like a group of kids sing a song about trees for this festival?
Yeah, that would
That's
be
an
awesome.
yeah.
So
Have you ever been
those
to
are all things we can start working on for next year too.
They're like,
If you guys are interested in expanding it a little bit. So
Yeah.
away from the poetry, just straight poetry.
It's all about the resources and willpower to make it happen, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like a really good
Did you-
idea. And
did-
then
did
having
her
it on a
resp-
Saturday
Did Louisa's
in
reply
town
get to
would
you?
be
Yeah.
really
Or was
cool.
it just to me?
Yeah,
I
just
can't ever tell.
music especially will make people.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, she said- I asked her.
Molly
But yeah.
or Kathleen, I have a question. Sorry to interrupt. But did you guys say that somebody or a few people from the Tree Corps were interested in doing something with the poetry event?
Yeah. well,
Okay.
Elfie had mentioned that
Oh.
she would do the contact about the poetry.
yeah, she's
Oh,
involved in
great.
that.
Okay,
But,
so-
we
okay.
don't- Yeah, but we didn't get a lot of volunteers for that.
Okay, that's
but-
fine. I just wanted to make sure I
Yeah,
didn't miss
but
anyone.
I think
That's
I
perfect.
think in the future we could.
Okay. And if anyone here wants to read or write, just let me know sooner rather than later, please.
Okay.
That's all.
Also, I thought that we could mention, because I found this great thank you letter to a tree written by Barbara Kingsolver.
Hmm.
It's about 2 paragraphs and it's not a poem.
Okay.
It's about her thanking this tree that she sees every morning. And it's
Oh, that's
like-
great.
I'll read that.
I know, it's really good.
Okay.
So maybe we could have like very short
Yeah.
essays or
Yeah.
like have some flexibility, because not everybody
Yeah.
has to read a poem.
No, that's true. Or yeah, or maybe like as an intro or outro
Right.
to the event.
Yeah.
That could be like a nice anchor. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's the only reason to have the event at all.
Is he
I'm just kidding.
Is he in?
No, we have to contact.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it
Wow.
was very,
It's gonna be like,
right.
Give me 1 gong for yes and 2 for no.
He loves the library. He does that.
That's great.
that was awesome.
It really was.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really.
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you,
This
Kathleen,
is gonna be
for
like-
all of your
it's gonna
ideas.
turn into a cult event pretty soon.
It is.
It'll be like a fish concert.
Yeah, like a week long, people camping out.
Oh, my
All the
God.
Oh, my
Are you going to be at the 8 Bells thing? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be in another place.
Oh,
In another-
I'm
okay.
gonna be on vacation, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, when are you on vacation?
The 12th to the 20th or whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I said that last week.
Maybe you did.
I'm gonna be in Florida. It's school vacation for college.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, I'm
okay.
gonna be in Florida too.
Oh, you are?
Oh, wait. What month are you talking about?
2 weeks.
Me too.
Are you?
I'm going in March. Yep.
Where you going?
Jupiter.
No, I'm gonna be in St. Petersburg.
All right, can I segue to the next?
Yes, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, so we've got a,
I don't wanna hear this.
what's that?
I'm gonna separate these two.
Sorry.
These two?
Cabin fever.
Yeah, I know. It's like something going on with you two guys. What's up?
He's married.
You give me fever. Well, anyway, so we need to put together like a page and a half of accomplishments for the town report, right? Now, you said you could put something in there on,
I'm gonna put it under Public Works' section of the report, and I'll
does that
have a
mean,
segment tree warden, and then I'll put it in
does it mean we don't need to do it?
there. It means you need to give me something that you'd like to put in there,
Okay.
unless you want me to do it.
So there's
No,
not-
no.
So there's
Not a Conservation Commission part of the report. that
There
we need to
was.
fill in.
Well, if it's,
No, it can be.
Rebecca, I think you did it once, right?
a few
Yeah.
times.
And I did it. I wrote it
well,
and,
we could talk about the poetry thing.
That
We
if
could
we
talk
want
about-
more
Was it its
visibility.
own section?
yeah, it was its own section.
Oh, well, then let's do that then.
I don't care. I mean, I'll do
Well, it
whatever.
doesn't matter.
Audra asked us to put some,
Okay, well, then
or
that
Janice
was-
did.
Well, what Janice did.
I forgot.
Okay, so it's not a big deal. It's just like, we need sound bites to put, I mean, I can put it together. I'm okay with that. It's easy to do. I just need sound bites for like,
I'll give you a couple ideas.
if
Can
you-
you email
Yeah,
Brian.
the poetry thing was a good one.
yeah, real good
Arbor
one.
Day and
So if you could email me like,
Naval Ash Borer.
yeah, the Emerald Ash Borer, some sound bites. That, in other words, maybe a couple of sentences that are well constructed that we can just pop right in or something. If there's some particular things
Can you write something about the parade?
you've did some website
Privacy.
updates, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Would you, sorry, do you want the do you want like how many updates were made?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Like metrics are good.
Okay.
How many trees,
Oh,
you're
okay.
gonna do the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys-
you'll
you
do the
guys-
trees.
You guys do the
Projects, here are 5.
shoreline,
Oh, okay.
shoreline stuff.
Well, we're
The
working with
inaugural
him.
poetry event.
But he's, but
Okay.
He just said
We're
that he
just
doesn't
working
want
with
to,
him, but
it's still in.
Yeah, I
he
can
doesn't-
send
they don't
you
feel like
something on the.
go on.
Yeah, don't worry about like how it's all
Okay.
gonna go together. I'll put it together. You
All
just
right.
give me the sound bites and then I'll send it back for you guys to look at, all right?
Okay.
Your stuff, that here was that.
That was before.
I put in how many trees were planted. I forget what the number was. Are you gonna have that in yours?
I have all of that, yeah.
So,
Can we put
Is-
something about tree core?
yes,
do a little blurb?
absolutely.
Okay.
Real.
Yeah.
So this isn't just a report of what you've done. it's what-
Well, it's a report of, it has to have been initiated or or started or done in the fiscal year, not something we're thinking
In
of
the
doing.
fiscal year.
That
So
has,
you,
we haven't done
you've
anything.
initiated.
Well,
before.
you've started, yeah, you've been
Yeah.
putting it
We
Highlight some
started, yeah.
accomplishments.
So the poetry event,
Or
that
form.
is
That's
within
done.
that range?
Yep.
Okay. I
The
will
Emerald
send
Ash
you.
Borer is done. The tree planting's done. The tree core is it's initiated. It's launched. Yeah, launched. Good word.
Okay.
And launched. Yeah.
Okay,
So we
the
send that to you?
inaugural.
Yes.
Is it too frivolous to mention the float in the parade?
No. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask you if you had a picture of it.
So great.
No, not a good picture. We were too
Anybody have a
cold.
picture?
Dark out.
I-
And
And we were freezing to death.
There were some silly pictures. They're not great. That's true. They're not.
No.
I always have a picture of that somewhere.
There was.
we have a few pictures, but it's almost all black. It's
Yeah.
really hard to
Yeah.
see much. And because it was so dark, even if someone was staying still, they look like they're moving. You know, I mean,
think I might have a picture of it.
You- really?
I have to look at the phone, but I thought I took a picture.
Don't, yeah, just don't worry about like, just,
This is an annual report, it doesn't need to be all fancy.
No, and it's just
It's
a-
not
it's-
really necessary. It's more
I don't think
of
there's pictures in the annual report, is there?
a block of-
yeah, I think last year was a page and a half or something. And it was just, like highlights of what
Yeah.
we did over that year.
It could also be all the e-books, just a group shot. to- that's
Oh.
all that here. 'Cause then it's
We don't have that, do we?
yeah, we can do that.
Well, we could take a picture of everybody together.
I'll probably be gone, but you can definitely pull up a photo.
Well, we could, everyone's
big
here.
time.
Who's-
You can
who
put a
has
picture of
Allison?
George Clooney in for me.
I'm being so modest.
I'm serious. You think I'm kidding?
No.
No,
Oh.
we do not think that's funny.
I rescind my laughter.
All right. Enough said.
The white
Okay.
man, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
I like George Clooney's bit of like,
Okay, George Clooney it
Dig
is.
it in.
all right, enough. It's getting silly.
Getting.
Getting. Oh, boy. I know, it's been a punchy group.
Yeah, it is.
Hold it up tightly.
Gotta lighten up.
That's
All
true.
right, I'm sending
Okay, so you you guys, can you do it like over the next, during the week?
I
Yes.
just sent it to something.
Yes.
Sent you a bullet.
Bullets, sound
This
bites.
is where I say, I moved that we.
I make a motion that we have a few
Yes.
minutes left if anybody has anything to talk about.
Yeah, maybe that's.
Sandy, I'll put you on the side.
I motion we
No.
end, I motion. we adjourn.
Second.
No, he- we have a few minutes.
We're gonna have lots of people want to join the